Welcome to 2026, and it's time for me to do what everyone does in the beginning parts of a new year: find a new gym. I obviously need to find a gym that I can go to for a few weeks and then never go to again, yet keep paying for several years down the line. Now, I'm not just looking for any gym, I'm looking for very specific things. I'm looking for long Zone 2 cardio, I'm looking for VO2 max training, some strength training, and some mobility training. My goal isn't to become a swole bodybuilder, even if I do drink protein. My goal is to age in place and be able to move and interact functionally as I get older. So that's the type of gym I'm looking for. That's the type of equipment I need in my gym. I want to be strong and functional when I'm 80, not beach ready by March. While I'm looking for a gym, I'm going to point out some good things, some bad things that I see on local gym websites around Biloxi, Mississippi. I am an expert on local SEO. I run a 7-figure SEO agency. So with all that being said, let's dive in and see how Google can help me. All right, so the first thing we do is type in gym Biloxi, Mississippi. That is a very common thing to do. And here are the 3 results that come up. I get Ironworks, I'll open up their website, I get Don Sykes, and I get Planet Fitness. Now, the first thing that I notice, Don Sykes Fitness One-on-One does not have a website. So that makes it very difficult for me to get a lot of information. No website and only 4 reviews. I really don't want to call someone at this stage. I want to see what I can find. So let me take a look at Ironworks. This is their website, and it's broken. So that's not great. If you're a gym owner in Biloxi, Mississippi, it should be really easy for you to get into the top 3. Only Planet Fitness actually has a working website. So let's see what they've done. They've used gym and the city name in their title tag. That's excellent. Gym Biloxi. They have not used gym in the primary heading. They've only used the word Biloxi. Not great. I do think the crowd meter is interesting, and I can take a virtual tour. So this is kind of cool. I can get a real sense of the space, the type of equipment they have. That is helpful for me because I know so specifically what I'm hoping to find. Okay, and then also right here we have the memberships. We have the cost, what it looks like. This is very good, very important. Remember, when we're talking about Google search, a very important factor for Google search is something that we call goal completion. Now, what goal completion means is that the sooner your website or your Google business profile can meet the searcher's goal, the higher Google is likely to rank you. So instead of trying to keep them on page for 5 minutes, we want to answer their question as quickly as possible. We want to get them to convert. We want to get them to do the thing that they came to do. So in this case, for a gym website, they're trying to get me to call or visit the gym as quickly as possible to show Google that they can have good goal completion metrics. Having the price right up front helps to convert me into a call or a visit. So we keep coming down. We have some more information here. I don't like that they're talking about themselves. Again, thinking about goal completion, this should be talking about me, what I want, and how they meet that, not talking about them. I like the crowd history. Again, that gives me solid information about the atmosphere, about what it's like there. We have the schedule that I can visit of their classes. There we go. Okay, excellent. So now I can see how many have enrolled. It's pretty quiet there. I can see the times that they're offered, the types. So again, really helpful because I'm looking for something very specific. So if I'm looking for mobility movements, we have core. If I'm looking for a VO2 max, then probably something like burn, potentially. If I click on it, get your heart rate up in this cardio-focused session. So good. So it does give me basics, but it doesn't give me quite the level of information that I might be after, given how specific my goals are, but not bad. This is a lot of information. I like what I'm able to see just on their homepage. So this is good, showing member benefits. Remember, again, they're trying to convert me. They're trying to reach goal completion. So I would love to see these member benefits potentially higher on the page. Okay, so a couple of things that we're missing. I really want to see a Google Business Profile embed. That's missing from this page. I also want to see reviews from their Google Business Profile. There aren't any reviews at all on here, which is fine. A lot of websites will put their own reviews on, but the problem is you can't trust their reviews because if it's on their platform, they can make them say whatever they want. So I want to see Google Business Profile reviews embedded. So if I come back over to Google and I click on their actual GBP, 4.5 stars with 461 reviews, not terrible. And I can actually come down and see more information about the actual reviews. So they're responding to reviews. There are some reviews, a couple of 1 stars, and then mini treadmills, overcrowding. That's a surprise considering what I was seeing, but no problem. I'll believe CW here. But I could go through this. A lot of 1-star reviews here on top, which makes sense. That's pretty common what Google does. So let me see if I can find anything else, because we have to remember that the way Google's algorithm works is it's showing us the top 3 businesses that have done the most to optimize for Google's rank algorithm. It's not showing me the 3 best gyms in the area. It couldn't possibly do that because it only knows as much about those gyms as it can find online. So these 3 have fit into what Google's algorithm is looking for the most, not necessarily what I am looking for. So I'm going to do something that almost no one ever does and hit more businesses. And then I can see beyond just the top 3. Here's 1, 2, 3, the same 3 we had on the prior page. And now we get into other results. Now, anyone who tells you that reviews are important to rank, note that number 2 has 4 reviews. Number 4 has 70, number 5 has 82, number 6 has 78. So keep going. I'm looking for, so 3.9 isn't great, but I'm looking for worse reviews. No one on this page, they're temporarily closed. They still have 5 reviews. Don Sykes Fitness One-on-One has the fewest reviews out of any of them, and they're ranked number 2. Don't believe him if they say that reviews are an important rank factor. They simply are not an important rank factor. We've seen this over and over again. But let me take a look at this one. 4.9, they're reviewed better than any of the top 3. Planet Fitness has more reviews, but only a 4.5. In my experience, when we're looking at a local search, the best conversions happen with review between 4.7 and 4.9 stars. 4.5, 4.6 don't convert as well, and a perfect 5.0 also doesn't convert as well. It's almost funny. I was working with a local business owner. She owned a spray tan studio. She had 1,000 reviews, a perfect 5-star average. I told her that she needs to be really nasty to the next few customers that come in the door to get a couple of 1-star reviews that will actually improve her conversions because her review profile was too perfect. It's not believable when you have that many reviews with a perfect 5 stars. So let's also, Dragon Fitness, no website, massive oversight. Come on, if you're a local business owner, get a website. I'm not going to call business that doesn't have a website. I'm looking for something very specific, and I don't want to talk to people, right? So many people don't want to talk to people that they find businesses for online. I don't want to pick up my phone and call, like, ugh, I just want to find the information on their website. Just get a website. It's not hard to get websites. They're commoditized. If you're a local business owner and you don't have a website, you should get one. If you're paying more than $300 or $400 for that website, you need to find someone else. You can get a high quality local business website for $300, $400, maybe $500. This is not something that should cost thousands and thousands of dollars, okay? That's just, I'm looking out for you, local business owners. Don't buy websites that cost thousands of dollars. They're not necessary. All right, let's take a look at this CrossFit. Now, I'm not really looking for CrossFit. I know enough about the space to have an idea of what CrossFit is. That's not what I'm looking for, but I'll open it anyway. We'll try Core Strong Living Spa and Health Club. That's interesting. They're closed, which makes sense. They don't have great reviews and there's no website. And then we get into Jiu-Jitsu. Again, I'm not really looking for Jiu-Jitsu. We'll try Club for Fitness, sure. And then maybe Crunch Fitness. Got to take a sip of my protein shake. Throat's getting dry. Ready to keep looking at gyms now. All right, not a great website for Brantley Elliott. We'll go ahead and continue anyway. If you're a local business owner trying to start a gym in Biloxi, Mississippi, this is your competition. All right, so we'll come on to CrossFit. This is a decent looking website, okay? We got ebooks, we got nutrition stuff, recipes, schedule right there, drop in. Right, this is pretty solid. And then also remember we talk about goal completion. So we're talking about what do they offer? Every fitness level is welcome. They provide expert level fitness, guidance tailored toward me and my goals. That's excellent. Book a discovery call. We got nutrition and lifestyle coaching. We got personal training. So this is pretty good. I like this. We got the GBP review embeds, a lot of really strong reviews. And because they're embedded from their Google business profile, I can actually trust them. These aren't made up reviews on their platform. This is Google's platform. We have a GBP embed. So this business knows what they're doing. This is how they ranked relatively highly, right? They're right here. So they're in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, that's them. So they're right here. They're in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're in the 6th position. And what's kind of funny about this, right? So they're in the 6th position for a search of gym. It's pretty good, but they've made some fundamental errors. They don't have the word gym in their title tag. They also don't have the city name Biloxi. If they added those very simple things, just Bandit CrossFit Gym in Biloxi, they'd probably rank higher, just making that change alone. They do have it here. I don't know if this is the primary heading or if this is, but I'd want to see the word gym in Biloxi in their primary heading. I don't want to see get in the best shape of your life. Google also knows that CrossFit is different from a gym. So people who are looking for CrossFit are typically looking specifically for CrossFit, not for a gym. But overall, they've done a pretty good job. And I like the idea of booking a discovery call. I know a little bit about CrossFit, but not enough to really say for complete certainty that CrossFit isn't going to let me meet my goals. So this is an interesting option for me to think about. What sets you apart from other gyms? So these little accordion sections like this, in general, from a purely SEO perspective, these should be avoided. Google cares a lot about the content that's visible when the page first loads. This content isn't visible when the page first loads. Remember how Google works. Googlebot is crawling the internet, and every page that it finds, it's rendering in the most recent version of mobile Chrome. And Google can't click. If there's a link, it will follow it. But because it can't click, this type of feature where you have to click to open it, Google can't do that because it can't click on this. So this content is heavily deprecated by Google. If I search for this exact content, we'll probably find this website because Google can still see it. And there it is, Club Ignite Fitness. That's a different one, right? We have Bandit CrossFit. So it looks like that is word for word what a lot of other CrossFit websites use. All right, interesting. So that is also an error on this website then. Using unique content is definitely something that every local business should do. And unique content is very easy to generate because we live in the world of AI. You can go to Claude, you can go to ChatGPT, you can go to Gemini, whatever tool you like, and I would copy this content, give it to Claude, GPT, whatever, and say, please rewrite this content to be unique, but have the same general meaning, and then replace the content on here with unique content. We shouldn't see this many search results for a search phrase this long. What this is, what I'm doing, when I search for something in quotes like that, it's telling Google I only want to see websites that have these exact words in this exact order, and we have hundreds of results. So this phrase is something that CrossFit must have given them. It's an error to use the exact same content like that. It's also an error to use these little click boxes like this. So a couple of mistakes there. They could rank even higher if they fixed these. Let's keep going and see what else we have. Boy, Core Strong Living, also an error. So many websites aren't working here. It's almost like the business owners in Biloxi, Mississippi don't know how to build websites or keep them running. No problem. We'll keep looking. Okay, Club for Fitness. This is another larger website. This is going to be similar to Planet Fitness, I think. Hours of operation. It just says Gulfport, MS. They'd probably be ranking much higher if I was searching for a gym in Gulfport. I searched for a gym in Biloxi, and they're in Gulfport. They don't have the word gym in their title tag. They don't have the word gym in their primary heading. An obvious mistake. They should fix that. Their address is obviously Gulfport. I like the GBP embed, but it's honestly a little high on the page. Remember what I talked about for goal completion. I really want to see content here above the fold about why I should call them, what they're going to do for me. I don't want to see the GBP embed. If I landed on this page, chances are I clicked on the GBP, right? Because if there's a search where the maps are shown, right? So a search like this, where a map result is shown, 60 to 70% of the clicks are going to the maps. So if I'm on this page, I already saw the GBP. I don't need this embed as a user. This embed is there for Google, okay? So this needs to be much lower on the page. I want stuff for the user this high in the page above the fold. Okay, we got a membership for everyone. Not exactly inspiring stuff here. I'm looking for a gym, so I want them to tell me what their gym is going to do for me, not their membership. The fact that they have a membership for everyone, maybe that's important to them, but it's not very important to me. What's important to me is me. Okay, then we have this virtual tour, but I can't walk around like I can on the Planet Fitness. I like the Planet Fitness one because I could get a real good sense of the equipment, the sizing. I can't do that. This is just a single 360-degree shot from their entrance. Not terrible, but not quite as good as what Planet Fitness had. Okay, then we have a list of amenities. This little scroll thing, I've split tested this. Most users of websites hate these. Highly recommend not doing this. There's only 6 boxes here, maybe 7, so they really should have just had 6 or 7 boxes. This hover over that has more content, it's another error. Remember what I said about Googlebot? It can't click, it also can't hover. This content is largely invisible to Googlebot. So the way to do this is to have subheadings, like a subheading for locker rooms, then this content below that subheading, this image next to the content, and then the link to a detail page talking about the locker rooms, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's see how the class schedule works out. Not as good as what we saw with Planet Fitness. I like that Planet Fitness was the pop-up. It didn't take me to another page. I could scroll through the schedule and then close it, and I was still on the home page. Here, now I've ended up on a different page, and let's see if I see body combat, body pump. Like, let's see, is this what I want? Does it tell me anything? It tells me nothing about what this class actually is. What about body balance? I'm guessing this is mobility. Maybe learn more? No. Doesn't really give me any information about what this is. So not very helpful. It wouldn't be hard to expand this for a new user to tell me what this actually is. Like, what is body pump? What is body balance? What is body combat? I don't know. Hopefully they know, but it doesn't say, right? So how am I going to figure this out? I'd have to call them. I'd have to go there. I'd have to talk to someone. I'm not ready to do that. Let's keep going through. Here are the Google reviews. I'd like to see them much, much higher. Remember, social proof is a big factor, and they have front and center their 4.0 rating, which isn't a very good rating, but they've kept all these 5-star reviews all the way down here. I'd rather have the 5-star reviews up on top. Isn't that more likely to convert someone than putting the 4-star rating in front of their face? Then I have to click to view membership plans. Again, not quite as good as Planet Fitness. I'm wondering how large of a business Club for Fitness is compared to Planet Fitness. Let me do some quick checking. Let's see. Planet Fitness revenue. 1.3 billion. Pretty big. Good. Club for Fitness revenue. This feels like a single location, not the company as a whole. I want the whole company, which says 6 million. All right, so they're tiny. They must only have a couple of local facilities down here near Biloxi. If you're in that position, you're a smaller company, you're competing against a major franchise like Planet Fitness, take a look at what the major franchise is doing. Take a look at how they've structured their GVP landing pages, what information is on there, how they've structured that information. Honestly, take inspiration from that. Planet Fitness is worth $1.5 billion. Their GBP landing pages probably convert users pretty well. So why, if I'm designing a landing page for the same service as Planet Fitness, why wouldn't I design a landing page that takes some of these elements from Planet Fitness? It's a good good thing to keep in mind. Don't copy everything, obviously, but take inspiration, take some elements. Hopefully, what I've just even gone through for this Club for Fitness website, it's really just not as informative as the Planet Fitness website is. See, and this feels like too much. Sign up for your free trial. I haven't talked to them. I haven't been there. Why would I sign up for a free trial online without seeing any additional information about them? That feels like they're asking me to marry them, and we haven't even gone on a couple of dates yet. So let's take a look at this other D'Iberville gym. Okay, so check us out with a free 1-day guest pass. That's pretty good, I guess. So I can come in, check it out. I'd still want to see some more information. I do have the city name, the gym, that's great. I just have the city name here. D'Iberville is a city north of Biloxi, very French influence down here. We're just outside of New Orleans. So D'Iberville is obviously a French name, and I'm sure the correct pronunciation is not D'Iberville. If you're French, listening to me say D'Iberville and it hurts your ears, hey, it could be worse. I could be talking about something on Charters Street in New Orleans. And that's right, it's Rue Charters in New Orleans. And the correct pronunciation for this street is Rue Charters. I'm not going to try to say the French version of it. Anyway, French influence down here. Okay, so I'd like to see the gym name here. We don't see that. Here we go, membership options straight away. That's awesome. I do want a little bit more information above the fold. Why should I bother to go check them out, right? Because the thing is, it still takes a lot of energy, effort, resources from me, even if they're not charging me, just to go and check it out. So I need a little bit more information as to why I should drive my lazy ass to D'Iberville to check this gym out, okay? I need a little bit more to convert me there. Boy, I have no idea what this table means. This is just location access 5481. Okay, this is Crunch, right? So, I mean, they're a large company too, but this makes no sense at all to me. I don't even know what this means. Okay, this feels, they already gave me the pricing information. Honestly, I would get rid of this whole table. It just doesn't give me anything as a user. It doesn't help me convert. It's just making me confused. Then we're getting some information, some classes. Okay, they're repeating that. Bunch of stuff here. Similar thing, the hover over, not great for SEO. Yeah, I'll buy a t-shirt or a free t-shirt. Cool. Okay, then we got some fitness classes. I can see how many spots are left. I can see what the timing is. Can I see what the class is? Yes, I can see what is actually the classes. So this is excellent. I like this. I can visit different cities. This schedule functionality is even better than Planet Fitness's. Just integrated straight into the landing page. This is great. I like this. I can get a lot of information about what is there. Again, some errors. We don't have the GBP embed. We don't have any GBP reviews. This table, I don't know what this means. And I'd rather see some things above the fold here for why I should convert. What's in it for me? What is this gym going to do for me? With all that said, which ones do I like? So based on the information here, I like the Crunch gym, but D'Iberville's kind of far away from me. I'm in Biloxi near the beach. D'Iberville is quite a drive. I know that even if I want to stick around for the rest of January, just a couple of weeks, it's going to have to be closer. I might not even make it to a third visit if I have to drive as far as D'Iberville. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to eliminate Crunch just because it's too far away. I'm way too lazy for that. I'm hoping that I can stick at the gym until March. It's not going to happen if they're that far away. Club for Fitness, man, I just did not have enough information on this website to decide anything. The reviews weren't great. The SEO wasn't great. So probably what I'm going to do is I'll evaluate Planet Fitness. I can take a closer look at their virtual tour, make sure the equipment is there, what I'm looking for, my Zone 2 cardio, my VO2 max, my strength, my mobility. I can take a closer look at some of the classes, but probably this is a solid second option. Honestly, I'm probably going to book a call with Bandit CrossFit and have this conversation with them because I can see this photo. This looks like mobility style work. It seems like they offer a lot personalized options, which is awesome for me. So this is going to be the winner for me. I'm going to go ahead and book a call with them and we'll see how that works out. If the call doesn't go well, I'm going to check out Planet Fitness. Did I find the perfect gym focused on longevity with Zone 2 equipment, squat racks, mobility training, VO2 max measurement equipment, all clearly explained on a beautiful website that makes it easy to understand? No, I didn't find that, but that's okay. I did find a place that looks like they heavily lean toward personalization. Their website looks good enough. There's enough information to get me interested in it. And that's basically how local SEO looks in 2026. So hopefully, if you're in the Biloxi area, I'll see you at this place in March, but maybe not.